Welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School channel. I am Priscilla Asade. I am going to teach you English grammar of grade 4. Students, do you remember what we have done in English grammar, last session of English grammar? Yes, we have finished with one of the comprehension, that is comprehension 6. That was a small poem. Today we are going to see a passage in the next comprehension, that is comprehension 7, and along with that one of the writing skill we are going to take, that is letter writing. So you have to be along with your Fun with Grammar book plus your rough note book. So shall I start, students? Okay, so when I start with the comprehensions, what you have to do, students? Yes, I'll read the passage. I'll explain you the passage, and this passage is about a small story is there, and afterwards when you'll understand about this passage, what you have to do, you have to solve whatever exercise is given below, that is exercise A, B, C, D, E. Now what is comprehension? See, in your question paper you will get the first question, that is a section A, reading skill. Therein what you will get? Yes, you will get read the following passage and then you have to answer the following question. So this is the similar passage which comes in exam. Okay, so what you will do when you get this type of passage? First you have to read twice. 2 times you have to read the passage, try to understand what is there in that passage, and then afterwards what you have to do, you will get question answers below the passage. That question answers or whatever they have asked you, that all the answers you will get from this passage. So we'll just see how you have to solve that comprehension. Okay, read the following passage about Mr. Pinto's farm. So this passage is about one person, that is Mr. Pinto and his farm. Flurry was a little lamb. Here one small lamb was there. Yes, and his name was Flurry. He was very weak, small, because he ate little. He lived with his huge family in Mr. Pinto's farm. Now here Mr. Pinto was having a farm, and in that Flurry was there. Who was Flurry, students? Yes, he was a little lamb, and he was very small, and not only that, he was little lamb, he was very weak and small. Why? Because he ate little also. You also, what you do? You eat full? No, you also eat little. Yes or no? So to be strong, what you have to do, students? You have to eat healthy food. Next day, one day Mr. Pinto came to meet the flock of sheep with tears in his eyes. He said, "Sorry friends, but you will understand that I am too old." Okay, so one day what happened? Mr. Pinto, he came to his farm and he met the flock of sheep, and you may be knowing that in farm we have different types of animals over there. So he met them and the tears was there in his eyes. Why? You can see he is telling he is very sorry. Why he is sorry? He is telling that you can understand that I am very old, and he is telling that I cannot look after such a huge farm. I am old, and because of that I am unable to look after this huge farm. So I am going away to spend my life with my grandchildren. I will miss you all. And he was very sad because he is going to leave the farm and is going to live with his grandchildren, because he was old and he was thinking that I will be unable to look after this huge farm. And then he is telling them all that I will miss you all. Now you will see to whom he is going to give this farm. Then Mr. Pinto picked up Flurry and hugged him. Maybe Flurry is a favorite animal or favorite lamb of Mr. Pinto. So what he did? He picked up Flurry and hugged him tightly, and he carried him to Mr. Paul. Paul was the next owner of that farm. And the new owner said, "This is the little lamb I was talking about." Maybe before coming to the farm, Mr. Pinto has told something about Flurry, and then he is giving that Flurry or giving that lamb to Mr. Paul, and he is telling that this is a small little lamb which I am talking about. He is Flurry. What was his name, students? Yes, his name was Flurry. He doesn't eat much. Please take special care of him. Then Mr. Pinto whispered him something in Flurry's ears. Tears welled up in the little one's eyes and he hugged Mr. Pinto with all his might. Now he is giving the flurry to whom? Yes, Mr. Paul, and he is telling that he doesn't eat much, so what you do, you just take a special care of this small lamb. And then Mr. Pinto, he whispered something in whose eyes, whose ears? Flurry's ears. We don't know what he has whispered, but as he whispered, tears welled up, means the lamb was crying and hugged Mr. Pinto with all his might, with all his strength. What he did? He hugged Mr. Pinto, which shows that he does not want to leave Mr. Pinto, but there was no option. Okay, now Mr. Pinto left from there. Now this old farmer, he left from there. Now the next morning, what happens here? Pinto is not there. So next morning, Mr. Paul, now he is the new owner of that farm, he came to say good morning to everyone along with his wife Mrs. Paul. And when Mrs. Paul started chatting with all, then who came on that farm on the next morning student? Yes, Mr. Paul and his wife, that is Mrs. Paul. And she started chatting with all these animals. And you know what she told? Yes, you will have some more companions, a family of pigeons, a litter of kittens, a herd of cows, which are being brought in for milking twice a day, a brood of chicks, and for the pound we will have a school of fish. Be happy, we will be a big family. And then she is telling the good news that along with you some of the new family members are going to come. And can you see here, they have used a collective noun of the animals. Yes or no? Group of pigeons is called family of pigeons, litter of kittens. Okay, so these are the collective nouns which Mrs. Paul has used. And then she is telling that we will now be a big family. Then she looked around. Maybe Mr. Paul has told about flurry to Mrs. Paul. So she was looking around as if she was searching someone or looking for someone. And what she saw, Flurry caught her eye and she patted him. Now she got that Flurry was sitting over there, and then she patted him very, in lovingly manner. She patted him, and what she knew that he was very upset for leaving his owner, that is Mr. Pinto. So she is telling, don't worry little one, if you'll eat properly. She was knowing that he eats very less. And then what she is telling, if you eat properly and become strong, I promise you will convince Mr. Pinto to return to the farm and stay with us. Then she is telling that I promise you that if you eat properly and you'll become strong, then what I'll do? Yes, I will convince your owner Mr. Pinto to come to the farm and stay with us. And as Flurry heard this, he was so happy. Not only he, all the lambs, they were very happy. Wow, we will get our owner back with us. So all the lambs, what they did? Excitedly leaped. Leap means they jumped in the air. See, if we will get the good news also, what we do? Yes, we jump. Yes or no? So same way here, all the lambs along with Flurry, they started leaping, they started jumping, and Flurry started eating everything with interest. And henceforth, Flurry, what he did? He started eating everything with interest. And what he realized that everything tasted so good. Why? Because he was in the hope. What hope? That my owner is going to come back to us. Then one morning what happened? Yes, Mr. Pinto greeted everybody. The old owner, that person, yes or no, the main owner of that farm, he came, he visited everybody, and Flurry rose to greet him. And Flurry also got up early in the morning to greet him. And how he was looking this time? Yes, he looked so big and strong. And in this way, the small passage is about the Flurry and his owner Mr. Pinto. Okay, understood student what was there in the passage? Now what they have told, you have to just solve the question answers or whatever is given under this passage. Now what they have told, read the passage and answer the following question. See here, I have explained you about the passage. So when you will get like this passage in your exams, what you have to do students? Yes, you have to read it twice. You have to understand how many characters are there, what is going on in that. Okay, and you should go through each and every word. You should try to understand the meaning of that word. Now what they have told us? Exercise A. Read the passage and answer the following question. Now here you can see 5 question answers are there. Okay, yes, space is not there. I'm just going to say you the answer or tick the answer from here. Only you just look over here. We will write all this, but question answers we will not write because space is not there. It will be difficult for you to understand what I am writing. It is very easy. Who was Flurry, students? Yes, Flurry was it will see right in the first line. What you have to do whenever any question is there, you should go back to your passage and you have to find the answer. Now who was the Flurry? Yes, Flurry was a little lamb. So you got the first answer. You can tick over there like this. Flurry was a little lamb. Answer 1. Why was he so small? He was very small because he ate little. Can you see here? Because he ate little. This is also the answer of the first. Got it? First question is, who was Flurry? Flurry was a little lamb. What is the next? Why was he so small? Because he ate little. So he was small. Understood? Else if you want, you can write this full sentence also. He was very big and small because he ate little. Understood, students? Okay. 2 questions was there, 2 sentences are there. Now I have marked you the answer. So anyhow, you just write below that question. Okay. Have you marked that? Next. Now, who was Mr. Pinto? Why was he leaving his farm? Now, can you tell me, students, who was Pinto? Where is that? Answer? Yes. Mr. Pinto was the owner of that farm. Who was Mr. Pinto? Mr. Pinto was the owner of that farm. And why was he leaving his farm? So you can see here, he was leaving the farm because he wanted to spend life with his children and he cannot look after such a huge farm. So who was Mr. Pinto? Mr. Pinto was an old man who was the owner of that farm. Okay. Now why he was leaving his farm? Because now here can you see here, it is a first person. When we are writing the answer, you have to write in the third person, and when we are writing it in third person, that time it will change into the pronoun that we have learned in the verb lesson. Yes or no? So because he cannot look after such a huge farm. Yes or no? Because here I will become he. He cannot look after such a huge farm and he is going to, so he is going away to spend his life with his grandchildren. So all will turn into third person. Spend his life with his grandchildren. So how will be answer? Who was Mr. Pinto? Mr. Pinto was the old man owner of that farm. He was leaving his farm because he cannot look after such a huge farm. So he was going away to spend his life with his grandchildren. Got it? Now, what did Mrs. Paul tell the flock of sheep? Have you done this, students? Okay. Now we'll turn the page and we'll see what is the third question. What did Mrs. Paul tell the flock of sheep? What she told? She chatted with them. Yes or no? And what she told? You will have some more companions. So what she told? See here. You will have more companions. And what are they? A family of pigeons, a litter of kittens, a herd of cows, which are being brought in for milking twice a day. A brood of chicks for the pound. And we will be a big family. So these are the answers. So you have to form it in a sentence. Now I'm just giving you hint how you have to find the answer. Next, what did Mrs. Paul tell Flurry? Now what she told to Flurry when she caught her, when she just saw her and she patted him? She told that if you will eat properly. Can you see here? She is telling to whom? Yes, Flurry. What she is telling? That if you will eat properly and become strong, what I will do? I will promise you, I will convince Mr. Pinto to return or visit to the farm and stay with us. Means stay with them. So, you have to write it in a third person. Now, describe the change in Flurry. Did Mrs. Paul keep her promise? Now, the last question. Describe the change in Flurry. What change was there in Flurry when she promised it? If she will eat properly, is she going to, what she is going to do? Yes, she will tell Mr. Pinto to come and visit them. So describe the change. Yes, he looked so big and strong. Can you see here? Yes, he looked big and strong. Now here they are asking, did Mrs. Paul keep her promise? Yes, she kept her promise. How we can come to know? See, Mr. Pinto greeted everybody and Flurry also rose to greet him. This shows that she has kept her promise. And Mr. Pinto one morning he came to meet them all. Understood, students? Okay, so this is the way how you have to find the answer. Now you have exercise B is what? List all the collective nouns from the story. Can you see here 6? So can you tell me where it is? Yes. So I'll just underline it. Can you tell me where it is? Yes. A family of pigeons, 1 litter of kittens, a herd of cows. Collective nouns. Again you can see a brood of chicks, school of fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 others. Still one more. A family of pigeons, litter of kittens, a herd of cows, brood of chicks, school of sheep, fish, and a flock of sheep. Where is a flock of sheep? You can see behind. Can you see that? Yes, the flock of sheep. Underline that also. So total 6 are there that you have to copy down in your book. Now exercise C. What is exercise C? Yes, it has been told that you have 2 words are given. Excitedly and properly. So you have to make your own sentence with the given word, that is excitedly. Now here excitedly word is when it is used when they got the news that she will tell Mr. Pinto to visit the farm. So you make sentences of your own with the following adverbs from the passage. Excitedly. So I jumped excitedly on the idea to go to the village fair. Or properly, I jumped excitedly. Excitedly is a adverb. To go village. See, this is the sentence which I made. You can make your own sentence. Now properly. To look smart, you have to dress properly. So what you will do, students? You make your own sentence. Full stop. Got it? Now, next, circle the conjunctions in the following sentences. We have finished with the grammar part of this lesson, conjunction. So conjunction is what? Yes, it joined two words or two sentences. So here we can see Flurry caught her eye and she patted him. So I'll just make it big. This was just an example, don't try to copy it. You can make your own sentence, but don't take the sentence from the passage. They have to make a sentence of your own. Okay, now here, Flurry caught her eye and she patted him. So which is the word that is joining? Yes, joining the two sentence. Flurry caught her eye, she patted him. So and is the word which is joining these two sentence. He was very weak and small. He was weak and small. So which word is joining these two words, weak and small? And. Because is also the conjunction. Okay, sorry, they have told us to circle it. I have underlined it. So you also make it a circle. Now, look up the passage for the words which mean the same as those given below. Now here they have given the meaning of the words. Here the words whichever we will get. These words we have to find it from the passage. Now jumped. What do you mean by jumped in the passage? Leap, leapt. L-E-A-P-E-T. You have to read the passage, you have to find out. Small, little. Aged, old. You saw Mr. Pinto was old. Spoke softly, whispering. So, whispered. Like this, for meanings, mean. So, this is also called as synonyms. Okay, students? Got it? Means meaning itself. So what they have told, you have to look up the passage for the words, okay, for these words which mean the same as those given below. Understood? So this is the way we have to solve the comprehension. Now next is our writing skill. Okay, so what you have to do, students? Yes, take out your rough notebook. I will just introduce the letter writing. How you have to write that. Are you ready, students? Okay. In last term, what we have learned about letter writing? That letter writing is of two types. Do you remember that? Can you tell me what was that? Yes, one was informal and next was formal letter. I have given you introduction of this letter writing and I have told you that two parts are there of letter writing. That is informal and formal. So when we are writing letter, yes, if you want to give any messages to someone, that time we are writing the letter. So informal letter means what, students? Yes, when we write letter to our friends, okay, to our relatives, close relatives, colleagues, you can say. Colleagues and friends are same. Okay. To our friends, relatives, you can say, to our parents, colleagues, same. Okay. Next, formal. Formal letter is nothing but it is like an application. Okay. So application which you are writing to to any of the authorities. Example, you can say principal or any officers. So now as we have finished this informal in term 1, so this term we are going to learn about the formal letter. So means how we are going to write application to our principal or to any of the officers. Okay, so what you will do? Take out your rough notebook. I will show you how to write a formal letter. Write date on the top. Write date. Write topic formal letter. I hope that you have opened your rough notebook. You are having pencil along with you. Just see, it is same as informal letter. There is no difference, but there are some words which you have to see how we are writing. Ready? So letters can also be of formal type, and such letters are the applications written to the principal, class teacher and so on. Now imagine that you are student of 4th Blackberry. You are student of 4th Blackberry, okay, of our school, and someday your stomach is paining and you want to go home early. So what you will do, students? Yes, we are going to take permission from class teacher, and then class teacher will tell that take permission from principal ma'am. So that time we have to write the application. So what is the way how to write the application? Ready? So directly I'll start. First, what you will write? To the principal. Nagesh Karazvi, Orchid School, Solapur. So I have to finish my letter. Here lines are big, so I have written like this. Okay. So in a single line you have to write each verse. Okay. So what is this? It is a person you are addressing your letter to, and his or her address. This is the address. What is this, students? Yes, this is the address. Address of the person you are addressing your letter. Next, what you are going to do? You are writing subject. What is your subject? You want half day. So request for half day leave. Request for half day leave. If you want to copy, you can copy. I'll just see what I am doing. Okay, so it is same as it was in informal letter. First we have written the address, then we have written the subject, and now what we are going to do? Yes, we are going to write the salutation. Dear Madam. What is this called, students? Yes, it is called as a subject of the letter. You don't write, you will get this in your book. I am just showing you. So first is the address. See the sequence. First is the address, second is the subject, next is the salutation. This is called as salutation. Got it? Now is the main body of the letter. In that body, what you are going to write? Yes, you are going to mention why you want the half day leave. So what you are going to write? Why you want half day? How your madam will come to know that there is why you are taking half day? So you have to mention in detail in this body of the letter. It is to inform you So you have to start. It is to inform you that yes, I am not feeling well and have severe, S is small over here, severe stomach ache. I would be grateful if you would grant me half day leave. Got it? So this is in two line. I have just gave my explanation that why I want half day. It is to inform you. To whom you are telling? Yes ma'am. That I am not feeling well and have severe stomach ache. I would be grateful if you would grant me half day leave. Half day leave means after recess, whatever is there. So next what I am going to do? Yours faithfully or obediently. Just put slash obediently. D-I-E-N-T-L-Y. See, in informal letter what you used to write over here, closing of the letter. This is called as the closing of the letter. Yours lovingly. But now here what you have to write? Yours faithfully or obediently. And this is called as closing. Means you are closing your letter. Now how she will come to know from whom the letter has been come? So what you have to do? Here you have to write your name, whatever your name is. So I am writing this Raj Verma, roll number 25, class. Write your class also. It is 4th Blackberry. Write 4th Blackberry according to what it? And here what you have to write? This is your name. Your name and class. So that she will come to know from which class this letter has come. Got it students, how you have to write a formal letter? I have just explained you, just look over. What is this letter about? Yes, you are taking a half day leave and you are writing an application to the principal, ma'am. So first is the address sequence. See everything I have written in left hand side. First is the address of the person you are addressing. Next is the subject. Third is the salutation. Fourth is the closing. And fifth is the your name and class. And in this way we have finished with our formal letter. And I hope that you understood how you have to write a formal letter. See this is the sequence. I was fast. So what you do, just see on page number 103 of One with Grammar book. There you will get how we have to write the formal letter. And once what you do, just write down that letter in your rough notebook. Thank you. Have a good day.